Greetings, everybody. How are we all doing? Hi, Steve.
Good. Hey.
I see 7 friends out there in the NED, and I'm sure people will be coming in as we go here. How are we all doing? Welcome, welcome.
Good.
Great.
Doing fine.
I'm excited to have you all here. This is our first webinar, and I'm so psyched to have this as an offering for you guys, and anxious to hear some feedback from you as to what you want this to be. This is our first time ever doing this, so I'm really excited to be here and welcome your input as we go tonight. Okay, there is my name on the screen and email if you want to jot that down, or if it already isn't in your address book. And I'm here as a resource for all of you, so please utilize me as best you can, as much as you like. Okay, let's see. Let's go to our slide. So I wanted to go over with you real quickly just what our goals are for this year as far as chorus director development, and then we'll go around the room and introduce ourselves and see what's going on in your neck of the woods, so I can get a chance to meet you. So one of our goals is to continue our directors offerings at the Leadership Academy and Directors College Northeast. We just came off a great weekend with Adam Scott last weekend. It was fantastic. Had a great time. I wasn't in the seats where you students were, but I was as a passive participant. I had a blast just helping out Adam and taking pictures and watching you guys soak it all up. It was great weekend. And we have some exciting faculty coming in to Directors College Northeast this summer. I'm very excited to have Terry Ludwig from the Sounds of Illinois coming. If you don't know Sounds of Illinois, they're a top 20 chorus. Terry is their director. And if you recall the harmonizer recently that talked about the 3 choruses in the Illinois area who did a big old road trip and a big old concert tour one weekend, I think. Terry was the guy sitting on top of the bus on the harmonizer. That's Terry. And he brings a wealth of knowledge and a great, interesting philosophy to directing that I hope he'll share with us this summer. Okay. Another one of our goals is to run a successful CDWI this year. Perhaps there's an update on that from any of our South Shore folks who might want to chime in over the course of the hour, because I know there's some interest up there. And we are always open to other folks around the district to host one. So just don't think that because Montreal might have one that you don't get to have one. We'd love to have more than one. But our goal is to run a successful CDWI this year in the NED. Director coaches. This is sort of my brainchild. I was having a chorus coaching session recently with Larry and Debbie Bean Dodge, and Larry gave me some feedback as a conductor. And I'm like, wow, it's been a long time since someone's given me like input as a conductor. And I said, wouldn't it be cool if there was a list of folks like Larry who could travel around to our choruses and coach us as directors? So Karen O'Rourke and I are putting together a list of folks who can do that and who will be available to you. So that's another project we have going. And then these monthly webinars, which will be whatever you want them to be. We'll talk about that tonight. But I'd like to bring in some folks to talk with, or even if it's just a chance for us to get together and network and vent and do whatever it is we'd like to talk about. I want it to be something useful for you guys. Questions about our goals so far? Okay. So I just wanted to share with you, if you're not already familiar with some of the tools for directors that are out there already. Let's see, let me change things that I'm sharing with you. I'll share my browser. Excellent. Can you see my browser window now on the barbershop.org homepage?
Yes.
Awesome. And right at barbershop.org, there's all the director education stuff. If you're not already familiar with that, there's a whole bunch of stuff already there for us and folks who want to become directors, folks who are already directors, or even choruses who are looking for directors, right on the Barbershop homepage. If you haven't already seen it on the district webpage, if you go to calendar, all these webinars are already listed for the next few months. So if you want to put those in your personal calendar, they're all right there on the district website. I'm not sure how many of you are taking advantage of the director certification path, but there is a lot of great opportunities out there for us to become more and more educated in what we do that the society already offers. CDWI Chorus Director Workshop Intensive. I don't know how many of you folks have done one before. I've done one in the past as a student, if you will, and they're a great help. Again, like having conducting lessons for a day. It's a fantastic event to attend, and I hope you will take advantage of that if we have one or more in our district. Directors College. Directors College. I hope you take advantage this summer of going out to Directors College. I hope to get out there myself. There are scholarships available. Some of you may want to mute your microphone. Thank you. There are scholarships available at Harmony U. Easy enough to apply right online, harmonyuniversity.org under scholarships. There's some cool little videos here. Cool little videos here online, Polecat directing techniques, some of our society staff. And believe it or not, Facebook is a good way to network and find out what's going on out there. The Barbershop Chorus Directors Group, if you're not already a member, go ahead and go check it out. I'm sure one of us will accept your plea to become a member to the Barbershop Chorus Directors. But networking is a great way to just see what's going on. And please utilize me. Please utilize me as a tool for you guys. Let's go back here. So, let's hear from you guys. I'd like to know about you, where you are in your neck of the woods, what your name is, what chorus you belong to, what you're directing, and a little description of the chorus. What's your background musically? Would you like to take from these webinars? This is something for us, so I want to make it for you, right? So, let's go around the room. I see Bruce, are you out there?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can just barely hear you.
Yeah, I don't know how to increase the volume.
Okay. Go ahead.
So I'm from the North Country Chordsmen, the Hanover chapter.
Okay.
In Hanover, New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
My background.
What's your
Started singing barbershop about 5 years ago, but been singing my whole life, doing other things, and studied trumpet for a long time. And I have no idea what I want to take from the webinars. I thought I would chime in on this one and see what happens.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us, Bruce. I see Cliff out there.
Yes. I'm here with Dave. We're both also from the North Country Chordsmen. Section leaders, director invited us to participate in this.
Great. So you're a section leader. Did I hear that right?
Yes.
Great. Well, we're glad you're here. Diane.
Hi, I'm not sure if you hear me or not.
We hear you loud and clear.
Oh, good. Okay. I'm with Director of the Plattsburgh Chorus and Troy Chorus. I became a Sweet Adeline in 1976, and I've been directing the men's choruses for 12 years. And what do I want to take from these? Probably I'll take something from all of them. I'm not sure yet what direction I want to, what questions I want to ask at this point.
Fair enough. It's all very new to me too. We're making this up as we go. But we're glad you're here. We welcome your input.
Thank you.
You bet. Jay Wiley, are you out there in Maine?
I am. Can you hear me?
Just barely. Maine is really far away.
It is. It's way out here. Yeah, I'm currently an assistant director for the Portland Downeasters chorus. I previously had directed about 10 years with the Brunswick main chorus,
Right.
as well as the Waterville chorus.
Yep. And anything?
again, I'm just kind of looking for more information and tools to use to bring back to the chorus and share with them.
Great. Excellent. Welcome, Jay. Let's see, Cathy?
Hello, can you hear me okay?
We can.
There's weird sounds going on in the back. Are you all hearing that too?
I am too.
Yes.
Maybe if we're not talking, maybe we can mute our microphones.
Maybe it's a TV going on somewhere or something. Anyway, I direct the Nor'easter chorus that Jay used to direct in Brunswick, Maine, and just finished with the director is Camden, Maine, because they decided to pull the chorus in October because we were down to about 7. So Nor'easters are going strong with about 20 or so, and I'm interested in what other directors are doing, or problems, or anything really. Music for all different levels of musicians, and so anything.
Awesome. Thank you. Glad you're here. Leanne, are you joining us on the phone?
Yes, I sure am. Can you hear me?
I can just barely hear you.
Oh, is that better?
That's better.
Okay, hi, I'm Leanne. I'm the Chorus Director Development Coordinator for Harmony Incorporated. And I'm lurking on this call with the hopes that maybe we could use this idea for my directors in Harmony Inc. as well. So thanks for the invite, Eric.
You bet. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Let me try something here as a. Let me see if I can mute everybody. Aha. See if I can unmute Paul. Unmute Paul. Hey, Paul, you out there?
Yes, I am.
Excellent.
Hi. Can you hear me?
I can.
Great. My name is Paul DeBaron. I'm with the Dukes of Kent Chorus in Kentville, Nova Scotia. I've been a member there for over 25 years, with a break in the middle there where I moved down to New England and for work and so on, and then found my way back. And I was an assistant director before I left. Since I've been back, I've been quite involved in sort of administrative roles, and now getting back into the doing some directing. What I'm looking to get out of it, I guess, is just some nuggets of tips and tricks for getting people for learning and teaching techniques. We've gone from a very large course to a very small to medium, and we've fluctuated around as a lot of others have as well. And sometimes the methods can differ depending on the size of the chorus. So
yeah,
that's what I'm looking for.
Great. Well, thanks so much. We're glad you're here. Let me see if I can unmute Russell. Russell, you out there?
I am out here. Can you hear me?
Hey, I hear you loud and clear.
It says I'm unmuted. Okay, good. Just wasn't sure. I'll even put the webcam on just because I have a webcam.
Please do.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks. How are you doing, Eric?
Doing well. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a whole week.
Yeah.
We met last week at the Leadership Academy.
Right.
And which was great fun. So my name is Russell. I'm with the with the newly formed Halifax Harmonizers in Halifax, Nova Scotia. 2 choruses, the Bedford Sackville chapter, the Millstream Chorus, and the Halifax Atlantic Swells recently merged. It's almost 100% official, and so we're excited about that. Both choruses were down to 18 or so guys. So now we're more comfortable. We've got a stronger core. You know, just we don't have to worry if one of our 2 tenors doesn't show up. How bad are we going to sound? We got 7 tenors. It's incredible. And same with the baritone section. You know, we got much bigger sections now,
Right.
so we can more. I've been going to Harmony University for the last 10 years, fairly regularly, singing with the honors chorus there the last 6, which has always been a great experience. I actually have found, as great as the directors' classes have been, I learn as much watching some of these great directors direct the honors chorus.
Yeah.
You know, for a whole week. We've had Steve Armstrong, Joe Cerruti, Darren Drown, Dave Harrington, Doug Harrington, Mark Hale. Yeah, that guy. You might have heard of him. Just fantastic directors. So I get so much out of watching them. But I'm always open to learning new stuff and eager to see what this webinar session will bring.
You and me both.
Series is the word.
You and me both.
Yeah.
Did I catch what your musical conducting background is?
I was assistant director for a chorus in this area, the Dartmouth City of Lakes chorus, and I think another assistant director from that chorus is on the call shortly, but we will hear from him shortly. But right now I've been the frontline director for the Millstream chorus, and now one of the 2 frontline directors for the new Halifax Harmonizers. So, and I actually have my director's certification from the society. I got it a couple years ago.
Beautiful, beautiful. Maybe you can share some insight about that program on our journey here. That'd be great.
So,
well, glad you're here, Russell.
Thanks.
Let's see who else has out here. Scott. Let me unmute Scott. There you are, Scott. How are you?
Hi.
Welcome.
Good, thanks. Can you hear me?
I can.
My name is Scott. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. My name is Scott Kaplan. I'm with the newly forming Dover, New Hampshire chapter.
Okay.
The chapter has been there for several years, kind of under the radar.
Yeah.
The former director retired and moved to Florida about 2 years ago, and he asked everybody to stand in the line and who would like to take a step forward. Everybody took a step back except me. And that's how I got the position. I've been singing in barbershop for about 20 years. I don't have any formal director or music training, though. I'm an engineer by trade.
Okay.
So, I'm gathering as much information I can about directing techniques, choosing music, you name it.
Good. Great. Well, I hope this is a useful tool for you, and hope we can help you do anything you need.
Great, thanks.
Let's see. Steve Wheaton, you're next on my list. Let's see. Unmute Steve. Wait for it. And Steve, you're on the air.
Okay, I'm Steve Wheaton. I'm currently assistant director for the South Shore Saints. I've been director of 2 choruses. I've been assistant director at 3. Been barbershopping for 39 years. Been to Harmony College a bunch of times, Directors College a bunch of times, and Harmony University a bunch of times. HCNE, I was on the coaching staff for a while, and then when they started the director's stuff, I started going to the director's classes, and yeah. And at our last board meeting, we were talking about the CDWI.
Great.
And I guess Alan will be getting back to you about when we can get it done.
Super. Good to hear. That's great. Those of you who don't know Steve also used to be the master brains behind the Great Northern Harmony Workshop too, right?
Yes.
Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. Excellent. Steve, we're glad you're here, buddy.
Thanks.
Let's see. Did I miss anybody? There are a couple of you who I don't see a microphone for, which means you may not have an audio capability, maybe Rich and Wally. But we are glad you're here. If you want to chime in over chat or something as we go, feel free. I'm watching that too. Anybody else I missed who wants to chime in? Let me unmute everybody here. Let's see. I got Bruce. Cathy. Yeah, I think I got everybody. Good, good. All right, so moving along. Let's talk. Those of you who were at the Leadership Academy this weekend, I'd love to hear some feedback and some comments, positive, negative, anything you want to share with the rest of us about your experience there this weekend. I thought Adam was a great teacher, but I would like to hear it from the students themselves. And I'll open the floor to some discussion. I'll unmute everybody who, anyone wants to chime in, go right ahead.
Adam was spectacular.
Yes. Who is that, Russell? Let me see. Russell, was that you?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Can you hear me now, as they say?
Yeah, go right ahead. Would you like to expound upon Adam was spectacular?
It was well, other than just he was spectacular. One of the things I really liked was his, trying to think the term he used for it, I think it's called section leaders take 60 or take 90 or something. Really great technique, just telling the section leaders take 90 seconds or 60 seconds or whatever it is and fix something.
Yep, I already stole that.
Without even telling them what to fix.
I already stole that this week.
Yeah. Without even telling them what to fix. Just fix something.
Yeah.
Because they heard it. The section leaders hear things. And I know we've got some section leaders on the call too, and a lot of us have been section leaders in the past. We hear the things that are going on in our section. So the director doesn't have to take a lot of time saying, you fix this and you fix it. Just fix something.
Yep. Yep. So for those of you who weren't there, just a quick recap of what that was. Adam, while he was directing the chorus, would just say, okay, section leaders, go take 90 seconds and huddle up with your section and fix something. Choose some things to fix. And they would take 90 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever, and talk to their section, do a little humming and note fixing, or work on section unity or whatever was the fire in the section that needed to be put out. And then 2 minutes, we turn around, come back, and boom, we're back together with the full chorus. I thought it was great. Great use of time. Time management, certainly. I could talk up here for 90 seconds, but I probably couldn't fix the 4 things that my section leaders are going to fix. So I'm fixing 4 times as many things in that 90 seconds, and no one is lying in wait for the other section to fix something. So I thought it was a fantastic thing. Great. Thank you, Russell. Anything else, Russ, you wanted to share from the weekend while I got you?
The weather driving home could have been a whole lot better.
Thanks. Thank you, Russell. Okay, let's mute Russell.
You could arrange that next year.
Yeah, working on
rain would be.
Yep. That was a great weekend.
It was a fantastic weekend.
Adam told me he had a great time, and I thought it was a great design for the class. So how we spent the morning discussing things that are pertinent to what we do, and then the afternoon we spent really in a chorus rehearsal setting. And mini sectionals, and we, I think we did a great job. You guys saw the video I posted on the Facebook page. I thought you guys sounded pretty darn good after 3 hours of rehearsal. I thought not bad for a bunch of directors.
I'll have to check the video out now.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. Check it out.
Okay, thanks.
Very cool. All right, so what's going on in your chorus this week? I want to hear. For me, I will share what I'm doing. This week we're doing our installation banquet, but next week I'm going to introduce a new piece to sight read because this year we're up in the ante. We're going to be learning more new music this year than in years past, and the guys might find that a little more intimidating than usual. So I'm up in the ante for sight reading. Every couple weeks I'll pull something out of Free and Easy or something I've transcribed. And I'll throw it in front of them for 15 minutes at the beginning of rehearsal and say, okay, here we go. And I make sure from week to week, if we use the same piece, that we don't do the same section, because then it becomes song learning and not sight reading. and that's one of the things I'm excited about this week. Let me unmute you all and see who wants to chime in on what's going on in your chorus this week. Let's see, unmuting everybody. Go ahead, chime in. Everybody shout out at once.
Well, the Dover group has a performance we're getting ready for March 14th, so we're running through our repertoire a lot, and we're also trying to pick up 2 new songs at the same time.
Great.
For Plattsburgh, unfortunately, I didn't get to Adam's class, and I find that difficult to get to all the classes that I'd like to attend. But I went to Paul's class, Paul Ellinger, who I've been to before.
Yep.
So I'm very excited to start his wave box singing and revitalizing the retention and new members program for supercharging.
Great. If you wouldn't mind, can you give us the 30-second overview of wave box singing for those of us who haven't taken his class?
Well, he didn't get into that this weekend, but when I had it prior, it's like 7 different steps, starting out with the smooth line, and always singing on top of that line, nothing coming down between, and then gradually your ends of phrases, your beginning of your phrase, and what you do to enhance the song in between. So it encompasses all of those steps, one by one.
Very interesting.
So I'm starting out at number 1.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how it's going to go.
Yeah. Cool. What else? What's going on in your chorus this week? Dan from Hanover.
Oh, at South Shore.
Yeah.
At South Shore, we're doing a whole bunch of new stuff.
Yeah.
Our chorus is lucky in our small chorus to have 4 directors. 2 of them are young guys that were studying music through college, and one of them's studying composing in McGill. And those 2 young guys come in and early on and giving individual voice lessons.
Great.
To the chorus members. And it's only been going for 2 weeks, but it seems to be really working well. I haven't been there since this year started because I took a fall and I can't go out by myself.
Ah, okay.
But I watch all the emails and talk to the guys, so yeah, we're doing that. We've got a new way of learning music. Last year we were learning like 2 or 3 songs at a time. This year we're going to do 1 at a time, but they have to be done in 3 weeks. So, huh? Yeah. Moving fast.
Yeah. Thank you, Steve. See who else is out there. Who else would like to chime in?
Well, this is Jay with Portland.
What's going on, Jay?
And well, we've got several things going on. We were supposed to have had an installation banquet last weekend, but or actually this weekend, but we got snowed out of that, so it's planned for next weekend. We're getting ready for Pittsburgh. We came in 2nd place in the district. We're going to be the district representative to the international contest this July. So we're doing a lot of work with that. We're going to work with Steve Tramack and get ourselves ready to represent the district there. So got a lot on our plate that way.
Indeed. Let's see. I was just muting some folks to see what the deal was here. Okay. Anybody else want to chime in with what's going on?
Eric, this is Gene from Beverly.
Hey, Gene from Beverly.
Yeah. What's up?
How are you? What's going on in Beverly?
We're beginning to prepare for our annual show in May. We're doing 8 new songs. 4 are currently in the repertoire. 2 will be in the repertoire by the 1st of February, and then 2 more will be in the repertoire by the end of April. So it's been an aggressive last 6 months.
Yep, good.
And with the age of our chorus, we have to review 33% of our repertoire every week, or by the fourth week, we've forgotten the first half of it. So we try and, with the new music, we try and keep at least a third of the repertoire current.
Sure. Excellent. Thank you. Glad you're with us. Anybody else out there want to chime in?
You hear me?
Cathy from Brunswick. Pretty sure that we're going to get snowed out Tuesday night, so I'm thinking we're probably not going to be singing. But I just actually introduced a song to them, and I let them sight read it first before they even got CDs, and which was kind of fun. And I love doing sight reading now and then. I think it really is good for them and very, very helpful. They have to listen. And I also just started last week. It's called a Quartet Experience, and they come an hour early. And I didn't expect when I came into the sanctuary of the church that over half of my chorus was there.
Wow.
So I was very pleased, and we had a lot of guys who either never do a quartet or maybe have done minimal, like tag quartets and rehearsals.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to work with them on that. There was no pressure from learning songs. We just did polecats, and so I'm excited about doing this once a month, and they all had a good time. So I'm going to continue doing that.
That's exciting. Neat. All right. Anyone out there have a nagging issue or something that they'd like to bring up and discuss in the group?
Yeah, I can't talk to you.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can?
Who's that?
It's Wally.
Wally.
In Nova Scotia.
Wally in Nova Scotia. Welcome.
Yeah, Paul Stubbington and I are sharing the. He has a little bit of technical problem with his computer, so he came over here to sit with us, and for some reason I didn't have any sound for the first probably 5 to 10 minutes.
I'm sorry to hear that, Wally, but we will be posting this on the internet, so you can watch it at a later time. Okay.
Well, I'm watching. I've got your screen up here. Need help in addressing certain issues. Is your last bullet?
Yep. You're up to date.
Yeah.
You're up to date. So what's going on in your chorus these days?
Oh, lots. Like everybody else, I guess. We're learning new music and that kind of thing.
Yep. Great.
We're doing going back to some basics recently in terms of learning how to pronounce the vowels properly. And we just finished running a little course called Barbershop 201, which is a course that we came up with a few years ago, add on to Barbershop 101, which gives newbies kind of an exposure to what we're all about.
Great.
But 201 takes it one step further. It gives them, it's basic stuff, but it puts the onus on them to do it. I don't have to do a lot of teaching. I just get them started, and then they learn through doing, I guess, kind of rote.
Yep. Good. Well, let us know how that goes.
Sorry?
Let us know how that goes. That sounds really cool.
It's going well. I just finished the last session. We're looking at the final session, actually, which we're putting off for the time being, is called PVI, which is a personal vocal instruction.
Right.
And we haven't decided how we're going to introduce that yet. There's a couple of different ways of approaching PVIs. So when we get one that we like, Paul gives me the okay, then we'll take off with that one.
Sounds good. So is there anyone else out in the wild blue yonder there that has an issue they want to bring up? Maybe they're struggling with a key change, or something's going on in the chorus that you want to chat about? Anything at all?
Eric, this is Gene Anderson again from Beverly.
Go ahead.
I think that every chapter is having the issue, but I know in Beverly, we're having an issue with membership. We're getting in a lot of guests. We've established a target age market of 35 to 55. And so far, all of the new members we've gotten have been at the upper end of that age group. And I think there's been a lot of talk about youth in harmony, and we're working with 4 high schools in the Beverly area, but we haven't been real successful with the young kids. And I just wondered if anybody else had any comments that had a musical director my age that, you know, as far as attracting the younger generation.
Thank you, Gene. I'm sure we are all having some problems like that, or something's very similar. So I open that up to anybody else.
Russell here again.
Russell.
We recently picked up 2 kids under the age of 18 last year from 2 different methods entirely. We almost picked up 5, but one of them, my son was attending our local high school where they had what they call the International Baccalaureate program going. And one of the things they have to do for that program, if you have a school in your area that does this sort of thing, they have to have so many hours of service time, so many hours of athletic time, and so many hours of creative or artistic time. Well, music is one of those things. So I kept saying to my son, who was in the 2 of my sons have been in the program, you know, tell your friends, you know, come out to our rehearsals for 13 weeks. That's 40 hours or 39 hours of singing that they get, right? And, you know, 1 performance. But they had, my youngest son came home last year and said, you know, one of the guys in our program wants to put together a group. He said, maybe we could put together an a cappella group and go sing to like seniors' homes at Christmas time or to children's hospitals at Christmas time. And I said, you know, you do have a resource that you know of who has a cappella music available. Somebody you know very well, in fact, somebody who's in this conversation with you. And he said, well, that's kind of what I was asking. Could I give him your email address? I said, yeah, exactly. I said, yeah, of course you can give him my email. Anyway, so he emailed me. The chorus got back to them. I checked it quickly, and I said, okay, we gave them the Yuletide Favorites book, all 4 parts learning tracks, and a couple other, I think Jingle Bell Rock and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer or something, but just a few other Christmas songs. I said, there, no obligation. This is a gift from our chorus to you guys. All of them came out to our rehearsals for a while. Now, one of them, unfortunately, he worked the same night as our rehearsal, so he only managed to come out once or twice. But the others came out quite regularly. One of them joined the chorus. 2 of them, my son and one of the others, are now studying in Ottawa at their university level now. They've gone to the Ottawa chorus a couple times, but they haven't joined it or anything. But the other fellow is still a member of our chorus, still having a great time. The other kid that we picked up last year, my quartet went to a high school right around Christmas time and sang for their music class, just sang for an hour or whatever long the class was, and just started talking to some of the kids afterwards, and one of them really liked what he was hearing. We sang a tag or 2 with him and said, you should come out to one of our rehearsals sometime. You might like it. Well, when is it? And I don't know. We will pick you up. If you're available tomorrow night or whatever, I think it was the next night, if you're available tomorrow night, we'll pick you up and take you to the rehearsal. Oh, that'd be fun. The chorus. So there are ways to get out there. And we're not, like, I'm the youngest guy in the quartet by about 15 years. So you don't have to be young guys to impress young guys. You have to have fun and enjoy the music. They'll hear it. They'll enjoy it.
Sure.
But if you can find creative ways of reaching it, like that quartet, by the way, they never did get out to sing to children's hospitals. Or they never quite got it together to do that. But they all got exposed to Barbershop and had a blast doing it. So
there you go. Cool.
pass that along.
Yeah. I know, Gene, I don't know if in Beverly, if you've taken advantage of sort of the free voice lessons kind of thing, but I know in my chapter, the Concord, New Hampshire chapter, we've done that a few times now. We just recently had a run at it in September, I think, and we had, even though the turnout was kind of small, I think the number of people who joined as a percentage of the number of people we had was pretty fantastic, like 75% or 80% of those who came joined the next week. And we're there and are contributing good members. So if we can help your chapter or any of you out there bring in someone to do some voice lessons like a Steve Tramack or someone like that, please let us know. We'll put you in touch with the folks who are able to do that for you.
Great, thanks.
You bet. And I know you.
South Shore.
Go ahead, Steve.
Sorry. Okay, South Shore a few years back ran a vocal boot camp.
Yep.
With Steve Tramack, and we didn't limit it to the barbershoppers. We sent out flyers and stuff to all of the choirs and the high schools and colleges in the area that had music programs.
Great.
And that's how we picked up 7 guys that were under 20.
Terrific. So home run.
So yeah, so like you don't have to limit just doing barbershop stuff. You just have to get out there, and the students got to come for free, and everybody else was, I think, $10 for lunch.
Oh, cool. So it was a full day thing. I've never been to a whole vocal boot camp thing. Was it a full day or full weekend or what?
It was full day.
Full day. Great.
Yeah, it was like 6 hours of instruction, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon.
Yep. Cool. Fantastic.
Steve, was that about barbershop only? I mean, was it barbershop music that was taught, or?
There was barbershop music, but there was also other stuff that Steve teaches. He doesn't only do that. He'll teach it with tags. If there are a lot of people that don't know barbershop, he will teach the 4 parts to a tag, and then he'll do a lot of his demonstrations with that tag, or a couple of tags during the day.
Okay, I just wondered if it was generic music lessons or if it was barbershop oriented. Thank you.
It was basically vocal lessons, and he used tags which were quick and easy.
Great, thanks.
Excellent. I saw a chat question over here in the chat frame. I'm sure you can all scroll to it too. Rich had asked if there was a CD that could be used to introduce barbershop music in the schools. I know there used to be a music educator packet with some music in it. If I don't know if that still exists or what. Anybody out there know the status of that?
I missed it.
I know back in the day we used to have something that we would give out with sheet music and recordings and things, but perhaps, Rich, I will look into that for you and see what the status of that is. Sound good? Read any good books lately? I wanted to pass on a couple of books to you, and if any of you have any suggestions that you want to share, that would be awesome too. So I'll hold it up to my webcam. Let's see here. Can we all see this is vocal yoga? Where's my webcam? Come back. There it is. So vocal yoga. It is by Heather Lyle. And I found this on Amazon. I'll post a link to it in the notes of the YouTube video in case you want to click on it somewhere. It's a great sort of step-by-step things, the components of breathing, and it gives you all sorts of different breathing exercises that are overlapping with yoga. And it's not something that you take your course and have them all do yoga positions or anything, but focusing on the elements of breathing. I've already stolen a couple exercises from this for my chorus, which I'll share one with you in a moment. So this other one I have here is by James Jordan. If you've known James Jordan from Westminster Choir College in New Jersey, this is called The Choral Warm-Up, Evoking Sound. There's a whole series of these books. If you're ever out searching for a warm-up or something to address a certain vocal issue, or if you're looking for just some new ideas to freshen things up, it's a great, great resource. A lot of kinesthetic ideas, things to do with your body that help with singing and placement and breathing and all sorts of kinds of things. So that's the choral warm-up by James Jordan. I'll post links to those in the YouTube video. Anybody else have a book they want to talk about or share, or a favorite resource? I'll open up the sound to everybody so you can all chime in if you want. What do you got? Fair enough. Well, I'll post some links to that. I made it a personal goal to read up more about vocal stuff and singing. So Santa was very good to me this year. You're going to have lots of vocal book recommendations because Santa was very kind to me this year. Let's see. Anybody have a favorite that they've used, that they've found success with? I'll start the ball rolling. One of the ones from Vocal Yoga talks a lot about keeping the ribs elevated. Let's see if I can get my webcam back on. I'll see what I'm showing you. Keeping the ribs elevated. And if you, excuse me one sec, there we go. So if you take and blow air hard on your hand and notice where the tension comes in. You feel it in here, you feel it on the tongue, you feel it on the jaw, and in here, and you feel your ribs sort of really working hard. Now, conversely, you have the chorus do that, blow air hard on their hand, and ask them where they feel the tension, and they'll probably point to this or this or this or this, right? So step 2 is, instead of that, take a deep breath in and use the words, allow the air to escape as the air warms your hand. And I use those words specifically, allow the air to escape. So if you do that, and then just notice where the tension isn't. You feel no tension here, any of this, and you feel the ribs just staying put where they're supposed to be, and the diaphragm and the abdomen is just slowly allowing that air to escape. Okay, so I stole that from Vocal Yoga. Again, great book. Check it out. I'll post a link to it when we're all done. That's my warm-up to share. I hope you steal it. I see you madly jotting notes down. That's great. Yeah, go ahead, steal it. I stole it. Anybody else want to share a warm-up or a tag? Don't let me do all the talking. This is fun. All right, so this stuff can be about whatever you guys want to talk about, whether you'd like to just a chance to network, or if you'd like me to bring in some guest speakers. I'd like to hear from you, who you want to have come talk, what kinds of topics you want to talk about, what things would help you the most. Let me start the conversation. I got a couple emails that said, "Oh, I want to hear from the directors of the big gold medal choruses with 120 people." I put the question to you: do you think folks like that deal with problems that we deal with on a day-to-day, on a week-to-week basis, or do you think there are other folks out there who would have some different kind of feedback for folks like me and most of you who are directing small choruses, 10, 15, 20, 30 guys? Who maybe face some different challenges week to week than some of the larger choruses and the chorus directors do. So I'll put that question out there to the floor and wait your feedback. What do you got?
Well, I guess for me it would kind of depend if they're a person that they may be at a big chorus now, but maybe they've built it from a small chorus to a big chorus.
Okay.
That might be insights along those lines might be valuable.
Sure. And if any of you have name suggestions, I'm welcome to contact anybody we got out there.
I guess this is Cathy. I guess I would be interested in having Dan Costello tell us how he went from what he had for a chorus to completely revamping, and now look where they are, and how he accomplished that. And he also has a ton of young guys. So what is the secret and how did they accomplish all of that?
That's great. Thank you.
He's under 30.
Yeah.
This is Jay. Would Steve Tramack be available to share some of his knowledge? I know he's done it on individual basis for some courses.
He absolutely is.
Some people may not have heard.
Yes. Is there a topic in particular, Jay, you'd like to hear him talk about?
Well, I always really enjoy his warm-ups and just the things that he does. I've tried to videotape. Actually, we had a session with him last week, but I miscued my videotaping, so I didn't catch it. But he did some just really engaging warm-ups to get people's minds and thoughts and bodies engaged. And I think that's one of the key things, is to get everyone on the same page as far as what it is we're trying to do and how we're going to do it. So.
That's great. Thank you. I know. I love watching Steve rehearse, whether it's at Grand Statesman rehearsal or at a school. And the most exciting part for me as a director to go to those things is just to watch somebody else do the warm-ups and steal everything I possibly can that I like about those warm-ups and I can take home with me. And I'm sure you guys are probably the same way. Anybody else out there have some topics or people they want to hear from in the coming months?
Well, there is someone here actually in Nova Scotia that's had kind of an interesting experience. Hal Higgins from the Cape Breton chapter. They went from a very small course and grew quite a bit in a relatively short length of time, and they seem to have tapped into some kind of growth strategy. But aside from how you get the members, it's how you deal with them when you get them in, and how to teach, how to maintain a repertoire, teach the old repertoire to the new fellows, and how to walk that line between teaching those that are unfamiliar with your songs and not boring the ones that already know it or think they know it.
That's a great topic.
They were actually written up, I believe. I think they were actually written up in the Harmonizer about a year ago or so.
Okay.
So and as close as we are to them in the same province, I've never really sat down and talked to them about that stuff. But I think it could be valuable for everybody.
Indeed. Well, that's why I think this is such a great tool. We get to reach out to our neighbors we don't get to see so very often, and I get to reach out to folks around the whole district this way. But a great topic. I'd love to hear about that. We talk so much about getting new members, and then we get 5 new guys who don't know any of our songs, and all of a sudden we have a rehearsal where we have 5 newbies and all these other guys who know all these songs. So how do we, as directors, we really have to plan for that? It's a great topic.
This is Jay. Visited a chorus down in Florida one time, and they actually had pretty much a team of people ready to take new people on a separate track while the chorus was doing the things that they know how to do. The new people were guided through kind of a orientation and introduction to the chorus, to the sound, try to get an idea of what they had for background, and then they kind of merged back in with the rehearsal later on in the evening. Now, it took quite a bit of planning and took quite a bit of staff ability to